Hey guys, BG the boss here. Right now I'm working on my '03 GMC Sonoma. You know, this is good work for a Jimmy, an S10, or a Sonoma. But I'm gonna show y'all what I got going on right here, man. I'm working on this heater core hose. So yeah, stick with me and I'm gonna show you what's up. Alright, so right now you got the heater core right here. I don't know what this one is, but it comes over and it goes down into my water pump. So that one's not the one I'm looking for. This one right here has been leaking on me. That's the one I know, you know, that's why I know, is because it's been leaking. So I drained the first thing you got to do is you need to drain your radiator. There's a radiator plug down there and you untighten that. And what is that? That's a 3/4. I used a 3/4 inch socket. Undid the radiator plug, let it all drain out, so that way whenever you get to working on this hose, that it's not all, you don't get a bunch of stuff everywhere and make a big old mess. But after you drain that, you want to undo your throttle. I got my throttle right here. One bolt it goes right here. The other one is right here, and the one is right there, and they're all 10mm. You undo that, set it off to the side. The cables will still be plugged up, but the nuts will be taken off and the bracket will be taken off. You set that bracket to the side. Then there's a couple wiring connections that you're going to need to take off. You're going to take off 3 of them. There's 3 of them that you need to take off. One of them goes right here. One of them goes right here, and the other one goes in the alternator if you want to loosen up this bracket, because I couldn't figure out how to get this off, so I took the bolt out of the alternator and just made this bracket to where I can move everything around. But once you do that, then you're drained. So what I did, the safest way is get your knife, and the heater core, it just comes out, it's a straight connection, comes out about 2 inches far. Same with the one that plugs into your engine right here by your thermostat. There's a thermostat right here. Here's the engine right here, and this is the one that was leaking. So you cut it off where you squeeze on the hose, and you make sure that you can't feel that connection that the clamps were on, and you cut right there. Okay, cut that off, and then you run it through this right here, take it out of there, and then cut it right here, same length. You squeeze, make sure that you're not going to cut into the metal that's coming off of the heater core, don't want to damage it. And then you just cut around that, make sure you don't cut any hoses or any wiring or anything. You take that off, and then it's going to leave you with that piece and this piece, and then you can just cut with your knife. I've already cut some. You cut with your knife and just pry it off there, so that way you don't damage anything. And after that, so I went to O'Reilly's to get mine. It's the heater core hose, and this is the new one from O'Reilly's. This is the new one from O'Reilly's. Now, it did not come with the sheathing, and it did not come with the clamps, but it's okay. Don't be alarmed. The 2 clamps that were on your old one, you can take off and reuse those. Same with the sheathing. That sheathing was my old one. This is my old hose that I will no longer be using. But I am going to set the camera down and get this one off and that one off. The rest of that rubber hose. After that, I'm going to start putting everything back together. Alright, stick with me. Right now, guys, I'm going to put this sheathing back on here. That's how it goes. Feed it through this way.
Everybody's talented. Whoever is the most prepared is huge. It's really essential on game day. When you out there, the brain is moving. This holiday.
So, you make sure that your hose is going the right way. It goes in just like that. and then it curves around just like it was, and then it plugs in to right here. What you want to do first, since I couldn't get this off, if you can't get this little clamp disconnected, you can just feed it through there. So I'm going to feed it through there. I'm going to feed it through there, and I'm going to have it plug into right there. Then it'll already be in there, and then I'm going to plug it in there. All right, I'll see you guys whenever I'm done. All right, you guys, I've just cut off the rest of the heater core hose from where it goes in to the engine, right there by the thermostat, that little housing right there. Now it's just a short little hose that it plugs right into. I don't know if my camera's, there we go. Sorry guys, this one right here. So your new hose is just gonna go right on there. And then same with this one. I made sure to be easy with it so that way I didn't hurt my heater core or anything, but that's where it's gonna plug into. And this is an 03 GMC Sonoma, so it's pretty self-explanatory. And it just runs right there, goes through that, pops in there, and then you use your old clamps. All right, I'm gonna put it on and then I'll show you guys the process after that. I just wanted to show you guys real quick. You see that sheathing? I got some electrical tape and I taped over it, because if you've ever ran wire or anything, you know if you're running something this way and there's a block, it's not gonna work, you know, because it's gonna work against it. And it was sitting up like that. So whenever you tape it down like that, it'll run straight through this right here. It'll run straight through that. So that way I don't have any problems, and then I'll take that tape off afterwards once it runs through there. Just make it easy for you if you're one of the ones that can't get that thing off like me and that doesn't want to break it. All right, stay tuned. All right guys, so I've got it back connected to the heater core. Don't forget to put that, I took that electrical tape off that I had on there to run it through right there. I've got it all ran through. Got my clamp put on. Don't forget to put your clamp on there. And then I ran it down here, and there it is. Hook it up into there. Put that clamp on there. And then this bracket right here, it's got a screw right there that goes into the right there where my finger's tapping. That goes into the alternator, but it doesn't plug in, you know, it doesn't mess up anything if you take it out. So, and then you plug everything back in. I know that this one went to my alternator, so I actually, no. Yep, that one goes in my alternator. I did have to take out this fuse in my alternator. I forgot to tell you guys that, but that just goes right back in there. You hear it snap in. That one's good. And you get this one, bring it back through here. I remembered that this one goes right here. This black one goes right here. Take pictures before you do everything too, you know. I guess I should have told you that at the beginning. But all right, I'm gonna pause it, make sure I've got everything. I'm gonna need to refill my radiator. Don't forget to refill that. But I'm gonna make sure I've got everything, and then I'll go over everything with y'all one more time. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, see, that's why you always want to do double checks. My throttle right here, I've still got that unhooked. So what you want to do, you want to bring it around. You see it spinning? You bring it around like that. You put it right over this bracket. and then also over your screws down there. Over that screw, over that one, and in that bracket. Just like that. It'll go in just like that, and then I'll put the screws in, one right there and one right there. You actually don't need one right here. All right, I'm gonna put that back together and then see where I'm at. All right, you guys, I'm done with the project. I'm pretty sure, praise God, everything has worked out just the way I prayed it would. I've got my hose plugged up right there. It runs right around, goes into right there underneath my throttle. Got my throttle all hooked back up. Got everything hooked back up, all my connections that I need. And I have tightened up my plug down there. And I have filled up my coolant, or filled up my antifreeze, I should say. And if you see right there, I don't know if you can see it moving, but it's in there. It's right there at the top. Yeah. I don't want to put my dirty hands in there here. You see that? It's in there. It's just real clean. And then also my reservoir, it's holding water. It's got water in there. Oh, just kicked over my antifreeze. Always good to have shop rags near. All right. Also, I wanted to show you guys that underneath, it's not leaking. That wetness is from whenever I drained my radiator before I started. It is not leaking anything. Usually, whenever I started moving this one, fluid would come out, but it's not. Everything's good. So that means it's complete. All right, you guys, like and subscribe if you like the video. Give me a thumbs up. And yeah, until the next time, man, I'll see y'all. Have a good day. Hey guys, one thing I did want to mention, after you get done filling up your radiator with coolant, you want to make sure and squeeze your hoses and all that, all the hoses that clamp to your, or that go to your radiator. You want to make sure there's no air bubbles in there, and then top it off. Keep topping it off until those bubbles go away. And then once those bubbles go away, you want to start your vehicle. The cap can be off whenever you first start it because it won't be heated up yet. But you start that engine and you let that circulate through your system, and then you top it off a little more. Make sure there are no air bubbles. Squeeze your hoses, and then you'll be done, man. Everything will be good. But all right, you guys take care. Until next time, peace.